Alright, let's do this. Good evening, everyone. My name's Phil Gallagher. I run ThrabenU University, a site for legacy death and taxes. And today we're going to be playing a donation deck list. We are going to be playing Black-Green Depths. So a lot of times people get like super semantic with the name of these decks. But generally speaking, any one of the Depths deck is just trying to produce a Merit Lodge with some degree of consistency, but they can kind of choose to go about it in whatever way they want. We are going to be playing one of the slower Depths builds. And by that I mean we're not going like absolutely all in on producing the Merit Lodge as quickly as possible. Like, we can go deeper with mana acceleration, right? Like, we can play Petal, we can play, Elvish Spirit Guide and things of that nature to go faster. But instead, we're trying to have some degree of resiliency and some ability to interact with our opponents. So if you take a look at the 2-drop slots, we have some Dark Confidants and Sylvan Library in order to go and, like, grind card advantage against sort of like some of like the blue mid-rangey decks that are going around in the format right now. And yeah, Sword Equip, I agree. I believe that Dark Confidant is at a relative high right now. I would say similar things about Sylvan Library and any other 2-drop card that produces large amounts of advantage over time. Bitter Blossom being another good example. And then in addition, we have a handful of ways to disrupt opposing permanents, in addition to just like the normal wastelands that you see from a lot of these decks. And we have Sylvan Safekeeper to protect. And one random Hymn to Torok, because, hey, why not? The sideboard's kind of unexciting. I don't mean that in a bad way, but like, the sideboard just kind of has things that you would expect, right? A little bit more discard, some Grave Hate, something that can help fight against Wasteland, a couple of random bullets for matchups of your choices, Choke for some blue deck, Lost Legacy for decks that like very heavily rely on a couple of specific cards, and then Liliana Last Hope to just like bully decks like Death and Taxes, or to like grind to a halt decks like Grixis Control that are looking to like win with a bunch of X1 creatures, or like Death and Taxes as well. So this is kind of like the angle that the Depths deck is attacking from. Like in game 1, like, let's produce this Merit Lodge. I can grind through some of your stuff if I need to. In game 2 and 3, I have the ability to adjust my deck list. You can do something like board in a couple of Hymns, Toxic Deluge, a couple of Lilies, maybe a Dread of Night, and then all of a sudden you can be a little more mid-rangey than you even are in the first place. We also have a random Caracas in the sideboard for crop rotation readings, as well as a Dryad Arbor, which is not objectively all that great, but if you're playing against Edicts, like, having a fetch land up and being able to, like, sack an Arbor instead of your 20/20 is pretty sweet. I do want to thank Chris T for this donation. This league is on them, and I'm very happy to get to play some Depths. I don't think I've played Depths since I did the Bug Depths stream with Negator77, Tom Hepp. So this will be a nice change of pace. Let's see. Did I blow all my ticks playing Sylvan Plug? Or not ticks, play points. Oh, well, Sword Equip, I'm sorry you're sick, but I'm glad to be your entertainment on a sick day. Yeah, alright. Let's open some chests. Chest EV is, like, pretty good right now, so I don't mind opening them. So I need 100 play points total. Let's spin the roulette. Let's open one. 5 play points. Is this good? It's probably not good. It's green and white. I can't see it bigger, but I'll assume it's not good. Rough. Detection Tower. That doesn't sound good, but I'll take 20 play points. Yeah, I've been fighting off some virus for like weeks now. I'm at the tail end of it. Ooh, Greater Gargadon. That's a fun card, but it's probably worth like 0.0001 cents. Give me something cool, chests. I mean, I guess Koth is kind of cool. That might be worth something. Hey! That probably also falls into, like, maybe worth a little bit. Alright, 35 play points. That's nice. Alright, 5 more play points, so we should get it with this chest. Reaper King. It's a lot of converted mana cost symbols. Alright. Now, let's fight. What's the worst Planeswalker? Probably Tybalt, right? Tybalt's pretty bad. Like, understandably so, because, like, they were like, let's try a 2-mana Planeswalker, but we need to make sure we don't accidentally break this. So... we are playing against the Dank Confidant. Alright, this hand is going to be a keep. I'll have to figure out what I want to do with it. So, I can just go like, Mox Diamond Bayou, play Bayou, Sylvan Scrying for Depths, and have like a turn 2. Or I can just like, play kind of conservatively and like Thoughtseize this turn in order to get like the largest amount of information. And then next turn, yeah, I guess I'm supposed to like go Mox Diamond Thoughtseize and then make my next decision from there. Alright, Daze Pierce Bolt. And Delver. Well, I'm definitely taking the Pierce. I could just, like, crop rotation for depths right now and then have my opponent dead if I draw a mana source and there's nothing they can do. The issue... or... I can't really... The Daze is still going to be a little bit annoying. But I think I'll just, like, crop rotation and or, like, pass holding up crop rotation. Island Delver. Yeah, that's fine. If I don't draw anything... Alright, that's nice. So I'm going to use Sylvan Scrying as a bait spell, and then try to resolve Vampire Hexmage around Daze next turn. Alright, that was exactly as expected. So now we'll play out this Dark Depths and hope that my opponent does not top deck Wasteland. If they do, like, kinda so be it. But if they don't, I probably have this. Alright, another Daze. That's fine. We will try again next turn. Delver flips to Ponder. That's okay for us. Our opponent replays that same bulk that we knew about. And Sword Equip, those days where you get to, like, sleep that much, they feel really good. Like, you're kind of feeling crummy in the first place, so, like, there's something to be said about that. Ooh, that's not bad. So this lets me play around days. I feel like my opponent has force of will. Play depths, crop rotate for Urborg, and play Hex Mage. Why do I need to crop rotate for Urborg? Like, I already have double black available. Oh wait, if I like float colorless, use this crop rotate for Urborg, then I can produce black. Oh no, then I wouldn't have another tutor left. No, I don't really need to waste first. Like, they have another land in hand. And I don't want to wasteland unless this resolves. Because I want to, like, leave up, like, crop rot for stage, play stage, activate stage. And I don't get that if I play out this land. Oh, I see. Alright, so we are either playing against, like, Blue-Red Delver or maybe Grixis Delver. We didn't actually see all that many cards. It probably won't matter very much either way. Like, I don't know that I even, like, board that many cards for this matchup. I'm obviously not an expert at sideboarding with this deck or anything because this is a like a donation deck list, but like generally speaking, if this is Blue-Red Delver, like what do they do about a 2020? They die. This is Grixis Delver, what do they have? Like 2 edicts or something like that? I think that's an okay place to be. I don't love my Sylvan Library versus Delver. I can tell you that much. And Sylvan Safekeeper is probably a medium power level or 2. Okay, yeah, so like Blue-Red Delver could have Vapor Snag. Yeah, that's absolutely true. But like I feel like this is kind of medium as well. And him is maybe not where I need to be either. So like these are the cards that I would be looking at cutting. So like what would I want to bring in? Like I guess I can Needle for Wasteland. And then maybe I'm supposed to play these because like if it's blue-red, this just like eats their threats and eliminates most of their clock. Or forces. Maybe this is slow on the draw though. Maybe I will keep some hymns. Unsure about the boarding here. Not totally comfortable. But I think I'm well suited to fight with the tools that are already in the deck. I have 3 discard spells and a Bob. I think this is fine. It's maybe not the optimal, like, hey, let's go fast plan and, like, produce the Merit Lodge as quickly as possible, but it's probably okay. What's my basic situation look like? 1 forest, 1 swamp. Don't stifle me, bro. Alright, good. I don't really know that that was worth a daze. Like, being set behind on the Mana War when you're, not, like, also not cantripping does not seem good. This is an awkward turn. Because I kind of want to, like, just, like, jam this Bob, but at the same time, I can just, like, jam double discard spell, and I'm not willing to, like, throw the Dark Depths away to just, like, make that, like, play Bob with discard backup. So I think I'm just gonna start with Duressing, get a feel for what's going on the other side of the table, and then play from there. And again, if my opponent dazes this, like, I'm getting a counterspell out of their hand while setting them back on tempo yet again. So all in all, that's probably fine. Blood Moon, Price of Progress, and Daze. Interesting. Well, the Blood Moon doesn't really do anything. Well, I guess it stops like this, but in the short term, I don't care about this too much. I'm still, like, probably taking it. Like, I probably take Daze and Blood Moon here. So I know the entirety of their hand. And whatever they have on top is probably pretty good. So it might be something like a Wasteland, or maybe, like, their one threat or something like that. Yeah, agreed. Their top card is probably Bananas. This is a pretty bad draw. Like, I'll probably end up, like, just playing this 2 crop rotation it away. Bolt. Bolt was the thing that they hid on top. That does not make a lot of sense to me. Okay. I mean, this isn't that big of a deal. Like, as soon as I find one of my things that can get rid of it, we're there. I can also, like, crop rotation and get a forest at my convenience if I need to. We also may just, like, beat our opponent to death with Vampire Hexmage. That's something very, very real that can happen. Yep, there we go. That's fine. We couldn't really play around that because, like, the Sajiri step was already, like, out of the deck. Opponent says GG's. This is, like, part of the reason why, like, I was feeling pretty good about, like, depths as a sleeper pick when I was, like, doing my previous stream where I was doing a metagame breakdown. Because if people are, like, hedging more and more towards, like, blue aggro or blue mid-rangey decks, that, like, you can just produce a Merit Lodge, and a lot of times they just can't beat it. So, like, playing against Blue-Red Delver, like, I felt like that was a well-prepared opponent, right? Like, they had double Blood Moon and Vapor Snag, and we still beat that pretty handily. So, let's make some Merit Lodges. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I don't know why like, Merit Lodge just became Tetris, but it makes sense. You're playing against the Icy Elements. Or at least I think we are. Moto? There you are, Moto. What am I doing with this hand? So this hand can go, like, Thoughtseize into Bob or Safekeeper into Bob, depending on what my opponent does. I think I keep this. Like, this is not a combo hand, but this is probably a fine mid-range hand. And I think I have to fetch Bayou here, just given the texture of the hand. Yeah, so if our opponent had, like, lead on, like, turn 1 Delver go, that game would have been, like, so much scarier for me, right? But, like, they didn't have a threat, so everything was great. Alright, we're just, like, running this back. So I'll be taking their 1-mana threat. I'm probably losing my Bayou to the Wasteland that's in their hand, but that's okay. Like, it means that they don't have a threat, and I just get closer to, like, playing Bob and trying to, like, run away with the game if they don't have another black source. This Bojuka Bog is also, like, not unrelevant. Oh, yeah. So opponent brainstormed at a suboptimal time and is, like, super punished for it now, right? Like, they were brainstorm locked. So, like, I can't duress through all of those. So I'm gonna, like, jam a Bob here and hope that they don't have the red source. Like, it has to be the top card of their deck, or they have to, like, draw a cantrip and go towards it. And, like, I'm fine. Those are, like, fine scenarios, but, like, this is so good if it sticks. Holy cow. I almost don't believe that happened. Ooh, and a depths? Woo! Woo! Yeah, I'm sorry, friend. Mr. or Mrs. Icy Elements. Dinosaur nuzzling friend. It wasn't meant to be. Alright, so what do I want to do? I was still kind of, like, unsure about this last time around, so that hasn't changed. So I still don't love Safekeeper. Like, that's going to come out, and I still don't love the library. I ended up keeping the him in before. And so I think I boarded these in for Wastelands and then boarded a him. Not super keen on choke when I'm on the draw. But maybe I'm supposed to play Lily Last Hope. Like, they have so many, like, X1 creatures, like Young Pyromancer, Terramander, Delver for a little while. Like, maybe I am supposed to do that. I don't really know. It's not like any of that helps with, like, the Blood Moon problem. I think this is fine. So this hand can go double Thoughtseize on turn 1 into Bob. Yes. I will be a little sad if my opponent starts on, like, turn 1 Delver Pass. But otherwise, I like it. And this will be, like, basic time. Not sure which one. It doesn't, like, super matter, because, like, Mock Simon is going to give me the other. Or, I guess, it's Forest. I've made an error. I think I was supposed to play Bayou this turn, so that I could double Thoughtseize. Alright. Now that I fucked up, I'm going to commit to fucking up. Is his opponent going to, like, Brainstorm again and get Brainstorm locked again? Because that'd be cool. Alright, Pierce. That's fine. Like, I've accomplished what I would, like, want to do anyway, without costing me 2 life. So we try again. Alright. So, most of my opponent's hand is actually dead right now. Alright, so let's think about my life. If my opponent Wastelands my Bayou, I go Bayou, Bob. And they don't have red currently. If my opponent draws red and abrades my Mox, then I go Bayou, Bob. So I think my opponent's hand just kind of sucks. I think I take the Brainstorm to keep them from getting out from under this bad situation. Alright, they choose not to play out the Wasteland, which is very interesting to me. So if they drew blue card for turn, they can force that. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so they have a land. This is great. Like, the Wasteland's still in hand. Everything I hit here is just absolute gas-o-lean. I was thinking that I could, like, Sylvan Scrying for a land that taps for mana and then play him afterwards. But I think I want to be Sylvan Scrying for a Dark Depths, so I don't want to do that. not playing out that wasteland a couple turns ago, like, might super come back to bite them. Nope. Yep, it's the one card that's left in their hand. Alright, they're just, like, keeping this wasteland in hand for reasons I don't quite understand. Think that, like, needs to be sitting on the table in case I, like, try to combo off. Especially now that they know I'm playing hymns. Alright, so now we have a Bob in play that's generating us advantage. We have half the combo in hand. We have a way on board to beat our opponent's wasteland. Sure, like, if they had played out the wasteland, like, I would have potentially wastelanded their wasteland. But, like, if I wasteland their wasteland when it's untapped, they get a second land out of the deal, and that's pretty sweet for them. I don't understand their play pattern. I don't know if, like, they're thinking about this matchup in a different way than I am or what, but, like, I play Hexmage Depths and I produce a 20/20 now. Like, what were they doing? Force, Pitch, Spell Pierce, leaving a Wasteland as the only card in their hand. That's fine. Do I want to Wasteland their Volk? Kind of. So if I Wasteland this, I don't think this, like, mana is going to matter all that much. I think I'm just going to keep that around. And Negator, no, I don't think it's crazy that they would have shuffled away Wasteland. Like, there is a world where they just, like, decided, oh, I have, like, not played this for too long. Now it's just bad. Braid the Bob. Yeah, that's fine. Let's cast a Pithing Needle. They'll respond by Wastelanding my Dark Depths. Then I'll get their Volcanic Island in response. Then I'll play a Dark Depths. Wasteland my Dark Depths, that's fine. Wasteland your Volcanic Island. So now they have nothing. I have an answer to the first two somethings that they get, and I have so many just absolutely insane top decks. So like a Thespian Stage or a Vampire Hex Mage is just a, you know, not an automatic win, but crazy, crazy good. Bob is great. Like, we don't want to draw discard. This is fine. Do I go for this here? So I can, like, crop rotation a Bayou away for a stage, and then just produce the 20/20. Yeah, I think I'll be fine with going for that. I don't really lose out on that much if I'm wrong. I'll do it in their upkeep, though. So they get to ponder for Vapor Snag. They get to ponder for a one of. If they get it, so be it. I'll try again. They have shuffled. And we've got it. Easy. All right. So we played against the same deck two rounds in a row, and it feels like a very, very good matchup for us. So like one of the things I talked about in my last video was that like the Delver decks with basic lands are becoming much, much more popular. So we're seeing a lot more blue-red Delver, built partially around Terramander, and we're also seeing a lot of like the blue-white Delver deck that like also has Stoneforge Mystic and is not quite Stoneblade. And if blue-red Delver becomes like the more popular version over blue-white Delver, it's such a good situation for this deck. I watched a video where this was an opponent today. I know they're a blue deck. But I don't remember what they were playing exactly. Is my hand even good? Like, let's start there. So my hand could go like Mox Diamond, discard Forest, Thoughtseize, play Depth, and then like these crop rotations don't really do a ton. Like they're combo pieces, but I'm not gonna have lands to throw away. So like, what's the ideal world? I don't know if this hand is keepable. Like my crop rotations don't do anything. I have half the combo. I have the ability to get the other half, sort of. I don't feel good about this hand. This is clunky. Uh, I feel like I'm just gonna like hemorrhage cards with this hand. Like I'm gonna discard my forest, which I think is good, in order to play Thoughtseize on turn one, and then like. No, I think this one goes back. I'm much happier about this hand. So this one's just like a turn 2 kill. I play Vampire Hexmage on turn 1. Turn 2, I crop rotation into Dark Depths. Don't think I am going to need that. So I don't need Urborg in order to do anything that I'm going to do. But do I want Urborg? No, probably not. I probably just get Swamp here. Alternatively, I could have played this out like play Urborg, Mox Diamond, discard Verdant, Sylvan Scrying for Depths, then turn 2, play out Depths and Hexmage. And then that plays around like a bolt effect. That might have been better. Alright, no, I guess like I can still do this, right? Like I can just get Swamp now and then play Sylvan Scrying. And then I don't expose my Vampire Hexmage to like a Lightning Bolt or something. This is just like the put them to the test hand. Oh, are we seeing some depths on the other side of the table? Abrupt Decay on the Mox Diamond. Well, that's a bit annoying. But, like, so be it. Like, they're just one mana source away from losing. Fair. So, like, I have the crop rotation for stage. Let's see if they do as well. Alright. So be it. So they're going to get Sajiri Step, and I lose this one. So, like, there's a world where I wasn't supposed to play out my depths, but I think it was correct to because I'm playing towards, like, top decking a land in order to go Hexmage depths and just, like, go off as quickly as possible. Because I'm lacking green mana, the long game does not favor me. So I think that's correct. Alright, so what am I doing? I like Caracas. I like the idea of surgicaling my opponent's Dark Depths. The idea of Pithing Needle is okay to me. Non-land, rats. And maybe there's some world where I board these in as well, just because like they take out like Hex Mages and Confidants that are played out. I don't really want to be on too much discard, I don't think. Blue Hen, thank you very much for following. I kind of just want to have relevant cards at most stages of the game, because while in the early game the discard's very good, towards the end of the game, it's going to be extremely awkward. Like, you don't want to be top decking that, you want to be top decking gas. The pithing needles are awkward because, like, they're symmetrical, so they'll shut off your stuff too. How much discard is this? This is 7 pieces, so like I could just like completely ignore the discard side of the equation and just play gas. Although I do have a hymn, so I guess I'm like keeping at least 1 piece of disruption or 1 piece of discard because I don't really like any of this stuff all that much. Keep 1 Thoughtseize. I don't know if this is the correct strategy, but like in a discard mirror, you don't want to be the one drawing the discard. You want to be the one that has the gas when everything is said and done. So I think this is okay. This is a fair non-combo hand. I am okay with this. If I don't get discarded, you know, I curve Bob into Lily, and I have a very good sort of like grinding hand. Probably gonna fetch Bayou with Baird on my turn, but we'll see. I'm going to an anime convention this weekend. After work on Friday, I'm going to North Carolina to go to Triad Anime Con. Pretty excited for that. Alright, so opponent will Thoughtseize. They will probably take our Bob. There's a world where they take something else, but like Bob seems to me to be like far and away the best card in the hand. Admittedly, Lily can get Bob back though, so there is that. It's really nice when you like have an anime convention or a Magic GP or Mythic, whatever they're called, in your backyard, and like you don't really have to travel very far for it. It just makes for a convenient weekend. Like for an out of town anime convention, like a lot of times I take a day off of work in order to do something like that. But this one is 2 hours away, so like it's totally reasonable for me to like go up Friday after work, get there enough to like have dinner and then enjoy part of it Friday night, and then like enjoy all of Saturday, enjoy Sunday, drive home, having gotten most of the experience of the con. So I think I'm supposed to take the hymn because Lily kind of deals with everything else that's like going on over there. Like Lily beats Safekeeper, Lily beats Bob. My opponent can play Bob, discard Dark Depths, and Wasteland me if they want, but that's going pretty deep in order to keep me off of Lily for 1 turn. So I'm going to take that him. Yeah. Urborg, the real MVP here. I don't know if they realize that, like, they gave me mana in order to do this. I don't think they do. Because this seems like a very bad play to me. Well, this is good. I don't need this yet, but it's good. I'm not going to play this out yet, because I don't want to, like, show it before I need to. So this might look kind of weird, but I think I'm supposed to fetch basic forest with this, so that my opponent can't wasteland me off of green. Mox Dominant discards a swamp, so they've got Safekeeper, they've got Depths. Alright, can you produce a 20/20? Wastelanding one of my 2 stages maybe doesn't feel great. Do you have, like, a Life from the Loam or something over there? No? Well, don't know about that then, friend. Do I need black mana this game? I don't think I do. I might just win this game with Lily Ultimate and leave my opponent with no permanents. Chat, how do we feel about our opponent having no permanents? Because I kind of just want to, like, decay Mox and then wasteland their Urborg and leave them with nothing. Nice. So we get, like, 2 ticks up, and then we get to Lily Ultimate. There goes the Dark Depths. Hey, opponent, why don't you play out your Sylvan Safekeeper, friend? That'll probably be fine, right? I'm not sure if I'm supposed to turn that into a forest or if I'm supposed to turn it into a wasteland there. And I do want to hold this. The reason being that, like, if I actually get into Merit Lodge territory, I would like to just go and... Yeah, sure, you can have that Assassin's Trophy. I can't cast that anyway. So I can play Sajiri Step. Alright, so I can play Sajiri Step, tap a mana, crop rotation for Urborg, and not have enough mana, so I can, like, get a kill next turn, though. Or I can just, like, ultimate this Lily and, like, sit on crop rotation as protection. So off the top of my head, I don't actually know how quick of a clock this is. It doesn't look like I need to figure that out. I think 3, right? So, like, I attack for 5, then I get 2 more zombies. So I definitely liked the side of the equation I was on there, where, like, I just had gas and my opponent did not. That felt good. Let's try to do that again. On that note, like, maybe I'm not even supposed to surgical. Like, maybe I'm supposed to, like, keep something else in the deck over surgical. Yikes. I don't think this hand has enough going for it. Like, I can try to shut off, like, a way that my opponent can win, but I think I'd rather have a 6-card hand that can actually, like, cast something. Well, that fits the bill. Yikes. Alright, what's the upside of this hand? The upside of this hand is that if my opponent discards me, they take Assassin's Trophy, and I just have, like, 2 Mox Diamonds, and I get to go, like, Mox, Wasteland, pass. The upside of this is if I scry something that is fire to the top, this hand becomes good. So, like, if the top of my library can be Bob or Lily, this is fine. But otherwise, this is pretty bad. Very reluctant keep. I think this hand is bad. But my 5 can very much be worse. And I might be just, like, exposing myself too much to discard if I mulligan further. It looks like I'm drinking out of the chalice. Blah. Turn 1 him. Well, that wasn't all that great against me. Alright, let's figure out where I'm at. Let's adjust this. That seems like it's more reasonable. Alright. So I don't just want to, like, play my depths out. So I'm going to go Foothills, play Diamond, discard my Bog, pass with Trophy up. Fair. I mean, this is how you can lose, right? I don't hate our position. Like, it's obviously not insane or anything. But I have very real possibilities of winning this game. Like, our opponent probably has a bunch of discard in their deck that I don't. So, like, the long game probably favors me. If, like, we dodge our opponent having something that's great for the next turn or two, I'm probably in fine shape. Yeah, Bob is fine. So unless their like last card is crop rotation, I feel pretty good about life. I think I'm still gonna like Assassin's Trophy their Thespian stage, just on the off chance that like they're playing a fucking Elvish Spirit Guide. I don't want to like play my Dark Depths, go for it, and then get got. I would feel so bad if that occurred. Neat. What does that mean for me? I think I just produce a 2020 right now and say like have crop rotation or find Caracas in your next turn cycle or I win. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm supposed to do it with stage or with depths. Or with Hex Mage or with depths. So if I do it with Hex Mage, then I can do it with stage the following turn as well. If I do it with stage, I can also do it the other way around. I think I'm supposed to do the stage one first. All right, they had the crop rotation. I accept this. Like, we've still got the ability to do it again next turn, so I'm not too worried. I don't understand a opponent's line here. Like, I don't understand why they're getting stage, unless they really do have, like, the Elder Spirit Guide. Like, I don't know that I could have beaten, like, a Caracas or a Wasteland from this position. Like, Wasteland on my Urborg or Wasteland on my Bayou both would have been pretty devastating given the resources that I'm on. Maybe their other card is another Dark Depths of their own or something like that, and then it makes more sense. And I am just going to do this right here. Like, make them have it. There are plenty of outs for my opponent, so, like, I am not guaranteed to win this match by any stretch of the imagination. Like, any tutor for Caracas is bad for me. My opponent producing a Merit Lodge of their own is bad for me. But we might win. All right, that one feels good. I feel like we eked that one out. I don't feel like we would deserve that one. I think if my opponent would have like done something differently with their Sylvan Scrying, I was just locked out of the game. So like if my opponent goes and like wastelands either one of my lands, I think I'm in trouble. If they get Caracas and they just like try to outgrind me with their fair cards, I don't really think I can win. So I think that was their game and I stole it. All right, I'm going to take 30 seconds and refill my water here, and I will be right back, chat. Alright, and we're back at it. Let's make some more 2020s. Hi folks, my name is Phil Gallagher. I run ThrabenU University, a site for legacy, death, and taxes. I stream Legacy every week on this channel, 3 times, on Monday and Wednesday at about 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Saturday mornings, usually at like 9 or 10 a.m. Eastern Time, just kind of depending on when I get up and I'm good to go and whatnot. So today's donation deck list is Green-Black Depths. We are currently 3-0 with it. I don't think I've played optimally, but I think the deck is quite objectively powerful, and it feels well positioned. We've taken down Blue-Red Delver twice, in the mirror once. Let's see what's going on now. If we are actually playing against Grixis Control, that is fantastic for us. Although we're going to have to mulligan this hand. I can't cast any of my spells. Yikes. So I think I keep this one, because any land means I can cast a turn 1 Sylvan Library, which is insane. I'm going to get super boned by a Thoughtseize, though. That needs to go on the bottom. Oh boy. Are you Reanimator? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Could still be Grixis Control. Yeah, taking the Mox Diamond. Well, there's the land that I needed. Am I supposed to Wasteland and try to Gimp, or am I supposed to just Inquisition? If this is Reanimator, then I want to Wasteland, probably. If this is Grixis Control, it's possible that, like, Inquisition is better to try to, like, take the first cantrip. Looks like my opponent is pretty consistently playing Grixis Control, which kind of makes me want to Inquisition, like, and then try to resolve the Sylvan Library. I will be taking the Thoughtseize here. Again, it's all about the Sylvan Library right now. Like, this Brainstorm will be good for my opponent, but if they want to Brainstorm on their next turn, they're going to have to, like, fetch in order to do so. And I can take this Edict later before going off. It's also possible that if, like, they Brainstorm lock themselves, I might just be able to, like, Wasteland them off of the mana required in order to, like, even cast the Diabolic Edict in the first place. And we jam. All right, I think our odds of winning just shot up by about 20%. Snapcaster Inquisition feels a lot worse in the face of Sylvan Library. Do I want all of these? If I take all of these, I can play... I guess I don't need to take all of them this turn. Like, Mox Diamond and Bayou basically accomplish the same thing. So, like, I'm not going to take this. That can go back. I'm probably going to want this at some point. And I kind of just want to dig a little bit deeper. So I think I will pay 4 life for this. So we'll go Hex Mage. I'll Wasteland them, take them off of that, and then pass the turn. Alright. I mean, opponent's Edict is gone. I can't ask for much more than that. Like, that's awesome, awesome, awesome for me. These are great cards. I don't want that Mox. I did this wrong. If my plan is to just like jam Bob this turn, I should have done it in the other order to like save myself 1 point of life. I didn't think that through fast enough. Oh, I can undo that. That's awesome. All right. Let's put that on top. Then put the Mox on top. Then play Bob. And pass. I don't particularly care about the Strix too much. That is legitimately annoying, though. That was a very insane turn from my opponent. And I might just need to like play Hex Mage in order to stabilize my board. Actually, maybe that's not true. Maybe I just like Sylvan Scrying for Dark Depths and play it out, and then I can like try to resolve Hex Mage next turn and just like go for the win the next time I draw a tutor. Yeah, let's get these crap cards off the top of the library. I was really hoping to find an untapped mana there, but I don't think it matters. So exit their graveyard, keep them off of like an Edict effect. And I can play around Liliana, the Lily of the Veil, by not doing this yet. So the game ends this turn. Opponent like literally has no outs to what I'm about to do. So this can go on top, and then I can take 6 damage safely. I guess unless my opponent has Lightning Bolt as their 1 card. Or no, I already have Inquisition. But Inquisition doesn't take Force. I'd feel super dumb if I lost a Lightning Bolt. Alright, they have Swamp. I win. That's not what I wanted. Green. Crop rotation. Sacrifice this. Get Sajiri stat. Protection from black. Kill target opponent. We have produced Merit Lodge and murdered through Baleful Strix. Everything is great. Pay 4 life. IOK first was an option. Seize if they had force. Win if they had bolt. Yeah, Negator, that was the line. That was the line. Alright, so I like Choke. I like Lily. Toxic Deluge is maybe not unreasonable, just to like clear Strix out of the way. Dryad Arbor to play around Edict seems fine. And I don't know if I'm supposed to like play some needles for Jaces or like whether or not I should swap some of my disruption for him. So I'm gonna kind of like take a look at what I have and like figure out how much I want to board out. Yeah, Captain QC, that works as well. So I probably want to go down on discard a little bit and rely on some of my fair stuff to win the game. I'm also not sure how I feel about Sylvan Safekeeper because it doesn't protect from edicts, and like this is just likely to like die in some incidental damage at some point. So like maybe I'm supposed to cut these. And trim discard. To bring in the Chokes, the Lily, and the Dryad Arbor. I guess Sylvan Safekeeper kind of plays around an Edict just by like being one creature that like might stop the Edict from working in the first place, but I don't know about that. Again, I haven't been 100% sure on my boarding in any of these matchups. I like Safekeeper more for like the Swords to Plowshare matchups. Alright, I have both halves of the combo, just naturally, and I have a Planeswalker. This is going to be a keep. Do I bog on turn 1? Probably. Like, I see myself casting quite a few spells this game. The reason not to bog on turn 1 is to just, like, put one of my combo pieces into play so that they can't be hemmed. Yeah, so, like, I kept the decays and such in there, like, A, because they can clear Strix, and B, they can answer something stupid that happens. And I know that's, like, a very generic thing to say, but by that I mean, like, if my opponent plays some crazy annoying hate card, I have the option to play around it. So, like, Blood Moon, for example, if that comes in, like, having decays in the deck gives me outs there. And I think opponent is F6'd, which is great. Do I just, like, YOLO Dark Depths combo? I feel like yes. When am I supposed to do it? Probably their end step. Because I don't think I'm probably gonna need to play around Wasteland, so I can play around Jace and Lily of the Veil by waiting. There's also a world where I just like Sylvan scrying for a Wasteland and just like go after this Badlands. All right, all right. I'm okay with doing that. I'll just cast Scrying. I'll expose it to like a Spell Pierce. See if they want to like use something like that here. Lightning Bolt Lily in response seems real loose to me, but sure, friend. But like, Spell Pierce was good enough. Oh, he thinks I'm on a Spirit Guide build. All right, that's fair. Am I okay with playing out Depths? Yeah, I don't think I want to play out Urborg and just like give them more flexibility with their mana. Although, like, if I play out the Depths, like, they just know it's coming. This is, like, actually an interesting decision. I think I want this in play because if my opponent hymns me, I would, like, be so sad to lose this. Gurmag Angler, that's fine. Do I want to spend time playing around an Edict effect? Because, like, I can still do what we were doing before and just, like, get a fetch and like, get a Dryad Arbor. Or I can just say, like, have Edict or lose in your 2 cards when you've never cantripped. I don't know which is better. Oh, okay. So I just, like, Sylvan scrying. Okay, yeah, so, like, I see. Yeah, that's fair. It doesn't give me immediate protection, but it means that they can't tap out. And I think I am supposed to get a fetch rather than the Dryad Arbor directly. So that it can't get hymned. Opponent does not realize that or his opponent just like saying, I have Edict. So hard. So now they need to have Edict plus a removal spell for Dryad Arbor. That one felt good. That one felt real good. Well, just like that, we're 4-0, chat. See if we can get a trophy. I've had so many 4-1 heartbreakers recently. All right, maybe not like super recently because I've been like messing around with Ant in my free time, and those have mostly been 3-2s. But like prior to that, I have so many 4-1 finishes, especially with Red Prison, and I'm just like never gone the full 5 in a row recently at all. So again, I do want to thank Chris T for donating to make this league happen. Obviously it's going pretty well for me, and like Depths is a lot of fun. Like anytime you get to do something like Degenerate, it's pretty enjoyable. And like being able to produce a 2020 very consistently by turn 3, that feels good. The deck's positioning also feels very strong. This isn't degenerate enough. We're still using the attack phase. All right. Is it degenerate if we instead what's the 2-mana sacrifice a creature and drain you card? Consuming Vapors? No, that's the Edict. Totally blanking on it. Right of Consumption. There we go. Had the root right, the card wrong. I haven't Right of Consumption to anyone in months. AKA Depths Training Wheels. Yeah, I don't think you need Right of Consumption to win a lot of times. Like, there's so many times where you can just, like, wiggle through using Sajiri Step and Wastelands and stuff in many of the same matchups. Like, it definitely has its spots where it's good. Like, when you're going and playing against, like, Red Prison and they have, like, a bunch of ensnaring bridges, or, like, sometimes when you're playing against Death and Taxes, like, it's just a nice card to have access to. But something like Right of Consumption, like, definitely would not have been necessary tonight with, like, the matchups that we're getting here. We are playing against Arkan. So we're probably playing against Stoneblade. I'm going to be mulliganing this hand. I think. I'm going to think about it for a second. Yeah, please don't spoil what he's on. I like Arkan, and I'd rather just, like, puzzle through it. But I know he's been playing a lot of Stoneblade. Like, I have to throw away a Dark Depths in order to produce any mana, and then, like, I'm using that mana to, like, get other combo pieces. So, like, this one's got to go back. My opponent has mulliganed as well. This hand is gas. Urborg on top. Urborg on top. Come on. Barbarino. I think I just want to hit a natural second land rather than Bob. Yeah, I agree. Like, when I already have library, this isn't where I want to be. Like, I already have a good turn 2 threat. Or not threat, like, powerful card that, like, really needs to be countered. Alright, I did bottom it. We just got another. In case Arkin is, like, randomly playing Delver or something instead of Stoneblade, I'm gonna just, like, fetch a Swamp here. Arkin says, what is it? You joined the Siths? You was the chosen one. Alright. That's fair, Arkin. I'm fine with trading Thoughtseize for Pierce, by the way. 100% okay with me. I'm telling him, the Sith power has led me to 4-0. All that's left is to take the high ground from you. Let's Thoughtseize again. Got countered last time around. I could probably, like, duress to, like, similar situations. Alright, Force, Ponder, Lightning Bolt. The Wasteland here is actually the scariest thing for me. It means that I can't play out my depths. So, now what? I think I actually take the Bolt and try to force him to counter Bob. If I draw a land. Otherwise, I duress and take, like, the Force or the Ponder. Arkin doing good habits here and fetching in his upkeep rather than in my end step. Even though, like, I'm tapped out. It's just, like, good practice to, like, go and do things in your upkeep when you can. Oh, are we playing against, like, some good old-fashioned Rug Delver here? Sweet. I feel like Arkin has drawn a blue card for turn. I don't know that he can just, like, drop the shields and not hold Force of Will up. Ooh, that's very good. Oh. Is he gonna, like, be playing that, like, Rug control deck? Kind of feels like that's what's happening. Does a Rug control deck play Wasteland? If yes... Huh. Alright. Do you have that blue card for Force? Ah! Alright, so I know one of his cards is Volcanic Island. Alright, Delver confirmed. Delver with Library, though, is a little weird. Not bad, just kind of weird. Kind of just want to jam Bob, rather than, like, try to pave the way with discard. Because I feel like my curve's in kind of a weird place. And I don't think, like, the Bob is going to beat the Sylvan Library. So, like, I'm going to use this Bob to get a card of some nature from my opponent. And then I think I'm going to plan on winning this game by just, like, finding a way to beat the Wasteland. Really surprised that Delver didn't flip, given that he had Sylvan Library. The other way that I might just win this game is just by, like, casting Vampire Hexmage and beating my opponent to death. If I'm being honest. Like, especially if Arkan takes, like, 4 and goes down to 7. Like, that's only a couple of Bob or Hexmage chips. Yes, yes. Alright, do I take this trade? I don't think I take the trade. I think the trade favors my opponent too much when they have Sylvan Library. Second Wasteland. One Birdie Boy. Ham to Turok. Ham to Turok, pretty medium. Hey, I can use my Vampire Hexmage to pull a bunch of counters off of this. Alright, how many instants and sorcerers are in your graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this costs 2. Yikes. I'm gonna get hit for chunks of damage. Let's see if my opponent wants to trade. I think the answer overwhelmingly should be no, but we'll see how they feel. Oh yeah, that is a chunky boy for sure. Note, I'm not treating this as a combo piece currently. I am just treating this as a 2-1. That's why I'm not willing to, like, discard in order to, like, protect it. Yeah, this is fine. Stifle is very good to know about. How is this Delver not flipping? Like, Arkan's top of library must be just, like, absolutely full of land. I am worried about getting aggroed out, but my opponent is at 4. So, like, they either need to answer Bob or leave a creature back. I don't think I would have wastelanded in this position. I don't really know how, like, he loses if he holds up double wasteland. Alright, Bob. That is so close to what I need. It might be good enough. Might be fine. All right. So I potentially have the win. It entirely depends on what Arkin does. Fuck! Lightning Bolt Arkin! Why? Why, Arkin? No! I was gonna have such a cool line of, like, rip the counters off of Pteramander, and then have lethal. Like, on the swing back. So 5, 8, 9. So close. So close. We had too much discard that game and, like, no time to cast it. Alright, so we are playing against Rug Delver featuring Pteramander. What do I want? Pithing Needle for Wasteland. Strong. Lily, Last Hope, and Toxic Deluge are probably okay. I don't know that I'll play them, but, like, I will consider these. Yeah, we're playing Slow Depths. So I don't really need Safekeepers. Like, I don't want to be sacrificing lands in order to protect, like, Bobs and Hex Mages. That's not where I need to be. Don't like the library. That can go. I'm not sure how deep to go on this stuff. I kind of like it on the play, like maybe on the draw. Like, that's just going to, like, feed too much into Daze and Spell Pierce. I can also potentially, like, trim Crop Rotation, just because it's, like, bad against counterspells, but I don't know that I need to go that deep. Alright, so what if I protect my life total a little bit and, like, trim a couple of those? I think I would be okay with that. Because, like, I'm bringing in something else that also kind of hurts my life total, and I have another early play that I want to do. So I think this is fine. I don't really think I want to choke. Like, choke's certainly fine, but I like choke more for, like, things like Grixis Control and Miracles rather than Delver. Like, it's certainly playable, but I don't know that it's where I need to be. Like, for example, choke's very bad once your opponent already has a creature on board. Although I guess, like, maybe if I'm bringing in some things that help to mitigate the power of the creatures, like, maybe that's fine. Alright, what does this do? So I go... Well, I'll be keeping this. That's for sure. I can double discard on turn 1. But I don't think I need to do that. think I'm going to cast my Mox Diamond. I'll pitch my Verdant, keep both halves of my combo. Start on Thoughtseize. And, like, see if I need to play around Wasteland at all. Alright, very interactive hand. But there's no Wasteland. So what am I afraid of? I am afraid of Wasteland. I kind of feel like I'm going to get one shot at doing the whole Dark Depths thing. So maybe I ignore Surgical and just, like, take one of the cantrips. The issue is that if he, like... No, I guess I don't care. Like, yeah. So I'm going to take the Ponder here. Play out stage and pass. And I'm just going to, like, try to go for broke. And if he, like, is willing to, like, main phase Brainstorm or something like that, or, like, Brainstorm on my turn, that's whatever. Alright. Delver off the top, looking hot. Another land is good for me. That means I don't have to, like, expose the Dark Depths currently. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. So I don't care about the counterspells at all right now, so I can leave those. I'm just going to take things that dig him towards Wasteland, so I'm going to take Brainstorm. Then I'll play out Verdant and pass. Alright, so that's the draw for turn. So it is just 100% safe to make one 2020 boy. Doing it now to play around Wasteland. And if opponent can beat my Merit Lodge and then extract my Dark Depths, I accept my loss. That was a Surgical Extraction on top that he has shuffled away. Yeah, we played around Wasteland. This may be the good old blocking Delver. Surgically extract Dark Depths, that's fine. I'm going to, like, get the Force of Will and the Daze out of my opponent's hand this turn and leave them with, like, nothing. So this represents Sajiri's step, so it has to be forced. leaving my opponent with just Lightning Bolt and no Delver of Secrets. So unless he has like a Vapor Snag or equivalent to draw to, the game is over. Like, he can draw to a Terramander and get another draw, but, you know, where is that going long term? Alright, we have taken Arkan to Game 3. We are fighting the powerful Jedi for our 5-0 in Game 3. Will we get there? So Arkan's seen my deck now, so he might be able to make some changes that will benefit him. When I'm on the draw, do I want to change anything? I don't think so. Like, I would consider getting, like, the Thought Seizes back there maybe, but, I feel like how I board it is fine. So, like, we have 7 removal spells for his threats, plus, like, our combo just has to be answered. This is a turn 2 combo potential. So, like, I can just play Hex Mage on turn 1, Dark Depths on turn 2. And, like, I have some degree of flexibility in what I do, depending on, like, what he leads on. Drop, Delver, go. Do I want to Wasteland? No, I kind of think I want to, like, save my Wasteland for an opposing Wasteland. I'm just going to, like, think my turn out for a minute. So I can get a basic to 100% be able to cast Hex Mage. No, I'm going to, I think, cast Hex Mage this turn and just, like, play it into Daze. And I think I want to do it off basic Swamp. Yeah, I think this is going to resolve. Alright, so let's play this. Cast this. Discard Bayou. Fetch. Get Swamp. Play out a Hex Mage. So the reason why I'm willing to ram this into Daze is that if my opponent dazes, on my turn I'll just go like Thespian Stage, copy Swamp. And then on the following turn, like Thespian Stage, copy Depths. Oh, nice. Goblin Lackey, congrats on getting your emote approved. I know that's always like a big moment. No Delver flip. Yeah, Goblin Lackey, I know. Oh, man, that is sick. That is so sick. Alright, so how do I want to do this? So if I'm comfortable with not going off this turn, I can Wasteland the Trop, then play Pithing Needle on Wasteland, and then I can, like, play it around a Spell Pierce effect, and just go for the kill the following turn. Or I can just say, like, you don't have Spell Pierce, and go for it now. I don't know how greedy to get. The thing is, though, like, if he has Pierce, I can just, like, Wasteland the Wasteland. And, like, be fine with that. I think it might be wrong to play around Pierce, actually. Just because, like, I already have another answer to this. Actually, like, this also kind of, like, plays around Stifle, right? Yeah. All right, force pitching Stifle. That's fine. So we can attack with X-Mage. And then I can play out. Or no, I already played a land. Did I? Oh yeah, I wasted. Things get weird when you start, like, playing Mox Diamonds. You kind of, like, forget where the turn counter's at. All right, Lightning Bolt. That's pretty good. That is also pretty good, though. How do I want to do this? So I can just, like... I think I'll just play Thespian Sage and Bob. Like, put my life total under some degree of duress, but just, like, set myself up very well for, like... As soon as I beat this Wasteland, I win the game. Oh yeah, no regrets about exposing Stage. Like, one way or another, I was exposing Stage that turn. Like, my question myself was, like, do I want to, like, play Bob, or do I want to just, like, Thespian Stage, target a swamp, and then just, like, force the Wasteland activation? A Goose. Alright, that is a good amount of pressure. But only one card left on the other side of the battlefield. Can't beat this Wasteland yet. Yeah, I guess that's true. So I think my plan is, right now, copy Wasteland while Stifle isn't up. Then next turn, I can Wasteland the Wasteland, and then either, like, play Stage and copy or play Depths and copy. And obviously, no Bob attack required. This one's going to be close, and may honestly come down to what I flip with Bob. Am I actually supposed to just, like, chump block with Bob here? It's very possible I am. Like, if I take 6, I go to 5. If I flip a 2-drop and my opponent has Bolt, I might just die. I think I block. This game's crazy close. All right. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, wow. What is Arkin's last card? What is the play, chat? If the last card is Stifle, I will lose if I go for the combo. If the last card is Daze, I will lose if I go for Deluge. If it is Pierce, I lose to Deluge. I think if my opponent has Stifle, it's an easy, like, I'm going for it moment. If it's a Lightning Bolt, I'll just lose if I Dark Depths, right? Like, I'll block Delver, take 6, get bolted, die. So, like, with the way that they were doing their turn, like, do they just have me beat if I make Merilage? Or was this a sign that, like, they have a Daze and they want the Daze to be somewhat relevant? Ah! This is insane. No, he still only needs 1 card to kill me. If that 1 card is a Daze, I die. This is like the trickiest spot that I've been in ages. I lose to Daze or Pierce if I do this. I think I'm supposed to just copy because I lose to, like, Bolt or Vapor Snag, but otherwise I potentially win. Or do I? Ugh. All right. I'm doing it. I might die, but I'm doing it. So my opponent can, like, cantrip into Bolt, and I'll die. Yeah, I know, Ash Moses. This is, like, insane. No shuffle. The Bolt! No! Not like this! Ugh. Brutal. That was an insane game. No regrets on the loss there. We still have a 4-1 finish, which is very, very good. What a match. Just kind of in awe of that one there. All right, let's kind of recap here. This league with this deck felt very good. He had a land as his last card. Okay, well that's fine. No regrets. This deck feels very well positioned. I kind of like definitely feel affirmation of that after playing this league. I feel like all the matches that we played were fine matchups. Like the Delver decks feel very, very good. Like we didn't win that last one, but I felt favored that entire time. And when you feel favored 5 rounds in a row, that's an okay position to be in. Well, I guess like technically 4 because one of them was the mirror, and like nobody's probably really favored there. Just kind of like taking a look at the deck list. The deck list feels fine. Not entirely sure how I feel about all the sideboard numbers. We kind of played against the same sort of decks, so we didn't see like these sorts of things coming in, and I only boarded in these cards, but that doesn't mean these are not supposed to be there or anything. I'm not really sure how I feel about Lost Legacy. I don't know how good that card is in this shell. It's a powerful effect, and it can do various things. Like if you're playing against Red Black Reanimator, you can just like name Grizzlebrand and like decrease a lot of the power of their deck. I guess if there's going to be a lot of matchups where you're playing where like you only care about a couple of cards, like this can be quite good, and it's going to like strip the power of a lot of combo decks as well. So I feel good about that. I think that's really all I have to say about this. I hope you enjoyed this tonight. That was like a heck of a roller coaster ride, in my opinion. So I'm not going to be back on Saturday. I'm going to be out of town for an anime convention, but I will be back on Monday, and I'm actually going to have a guest on the stream. I'm going to be playing with Min, and we're going to be playing some Blue-White Delver, and we'll see whether or not that deck goes and lives up to the hype. So if you're new to the stream here tonight, please follow. I'm producing Legacy content 3 days a week, and I try to do as high level play as I can. I hope that's clear after tonight. And if you're really enjoying my content, please please consider doing something to support me, whether that's doing a donation deck list or subscribing or something of that nature. The support means a lot. All right, question from the chat here before I go. All right, hey Phil, haven't watched the entirety of your Legacy analysis video. Do you recommend picking up Chalices for D&T if I don't have them? I think Chalice in D&T is very good. I don't necessarily think that's going anywhere. No, it's fine. That's the sort of card that will be powerful, and it is a good sort of thing to have in your collection. Now, if you're playing once a week at your local level, do you need to spend $50 a piece or whatever on Chalices? No, maybe not. But if you have any intention of like playing at a higher tournament level, going to like opens or larger tournaments, 5Ks, anything like that, 1Ks, you should probably have the card in your collection. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and host Arkin, our opponent from the last round, and then chat with him a little bit while doing so. I hope you enjoyed, and good night.